As Jesus finalized those Beatitudes, he then turns to the group and he gives two of these powerful metaphors where he compares his disciples to two objects because he's a master of doing these parable-like comparisons to teach lessons. So the first one is, ye are the salt of the earth, but if the salt have lost its savor, wherewith shall it be salted? So he's telling them, you're the salt of the earth. Today, you might hear that and think, that's really odd, because we don't look at salt the way they looked at salt back then. In fact, some of you are probably aware of this, that in certain places, the Roman army would pay its soldiers in the commodity of salt.
Yeah, that's where we get our word salary. In fact, the word salad comes from this Latin word that means salt. So you get the word salad. But salary, it's a word that's used in English today. It's, are you worth your salt? It's what you get paid on a regular basis, because salt was a very difficult commodity to get access to. And those people who had access to salt or controlled salt production ended up being quite wealthy.
So it not only is good for flavoring your food, it brings out the savor and the flavors of food, but it also preserves meat. It has healing properties in certain settings. Salt by itself, sodium chloride, NaCl, it's a pretty happy bond, and it's not going to decay or rot or go bad. The only way salt can go bad is if you mix impurities into it and you defile it. Then it becomes not fit for consumption. Can you see the power of symbols now that Jesus is using? You're the salt of the earth. Don't become contaminated by the things of the world. Otherwise, thenceforth good for nothing but to be cast out. It's this allusion to final judgment. So you also have to consider that how much salt does it take to make a very big difference in the taste and in the quality of a very large, say, pot of soup. You don't have to put in a lot of salt. A little bit of salt is going to have a huge impact. So if you're watching this thinking, I'm a nobody, I have very little influence in this world, I don't have a lot of capacity to make a big difference for people, I think the salt analogy is a good one. If you think of even 1 grain of salt in a certain setting can make a significant difference in those things that are surrounding it.